Yeah, the idea you just said about someone said 4chan is basically running the government. And I'm guessing
Right.
that's not like an MSNBC headline. That's just an observation by a grown ass adult that was probably born in the early 80s.
Right. So, you know how a bunch of leftists say, like, this machine kills fascists? Like, that's just like a saying?
Isn't that like on a guitar?
Yeah.
Is the name Woody Guthrie?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, it's Homeland Security, because, like, they just tweet, like, the most trollish fucking shit you've ever seen. They basically did a play on that and said, my body is a machine that turns ICE funding into mass deportations with, like, a skeleton. And then they captioned it, fire up the deportation planes. Like, this is an actual government account. This is just how they behave now. But they tweet shit like this, like, all the time. And
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, because, yeah, that was the whole thing that, you know, made me think about, like, the 4chan is running the government, because they keep posting stuff like this and everyone is like, I'm so sick of these trolls in the government. It's like, how many years did people who would be considered marginalized groups try to tell y'all about fucking 4chan trolls? There was like the your slip is showing thing. It was hey, they're doing targeted harassments. There's Kiwi farms. They're like doxing people. They're swatting people. They're making fake accounts to try to infiltrate
Murder.
minority communities. Like, and every time like a trans person or a queer person or a black person or a woman, you know, had an opinion online and got like dogpiled by these people to be like, hey, maybe we should do something about like these fucking 4chan trolls. They're fucking like activated, organized, and violent. And everyone else was like, the internet isn't real life. They're just trolls. Don't worry about it. They're just like 16-year-old boys. They'll grow out of it. These fuckers run the government now. So how is that they're going to grow out of it? It's not real life. Don't worry about it. It's just trolling working for you.
And the
Like,
cold shit is if you find like a person you really had a conversation with on that a decade ago, they won't acknowledge it. They just, I don't even remember that. Or whatever, so what? Well, hey man, sometimes you get stuff wrong. Like, they don't care. And that's kind of what causes them to be the plague bringers.
yeah.
They're a careless people. Western culture is a careless culture. It's like what I see when I pass through certain states like Michigan and Florida, and I'm like, oh man, look at that. That's recklessness versus selfishness. And those two things are largely what they are. They're selfish and reckless in the pursuit of self.
Yeah, and I think that also, because I'm just looking at what I said, yeah. Because I do think that ties into, like, the whole thing with white supremacy. Because when we talk about, like, white supremacy, we tend to talk about specifically, like, you know, like, the violent Nazis with the tattoos, like, the Proud Boys out there marching, you know, trying to terrorize people. But another big part of white supremacy that doesn't get addressed enough, in my opinion, is that it also sort of, like, dulls the senses of white people. I think I said, like, on an old podcast that we no longer have because all our podcast episodes are gone.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like, the Saw movies, right? Because, like, the premise of the Saw movies was the guy who was putting people in those, like, weird, crazy situations felt that those people had done something that they didn't,
They didn't appreciate their life.
yeah, like they didn't
Yeah.
appreciate their life. They were like missing key components of being alive, right? And it's kind of like that with white supremacy because a lot of these people be like, but he's just some sweet 16-year-old boy. He'll grow out of it. And it's like, what if he doesn't? What if he fucking ends up working for Doge and now he has your social security information and he's going to send fucking ICE to arrest your grandma? What, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like white supremacy has white people confused thinking that other white people can't be violent or can't be a problem or they can't be as bad as they are.
They just
And it's
don't
like,
have the facts yet.
you know, right.
Or
well,
what if they have the facts and it lets them know what they need to further do? Again, like I say, about how many times have you seen someone arguing in the comments with a white supremacist or just someone that's presenting themselves as just, you know, hey, it's about taxes. And you're like, no, but environmental racism, this is how when this particular thing happens, it impacts black communities and they have more asthma and cancer rates. Think about how many times you've seen and done that yourself. You listening, you've gone in the, if you listen to a show like this, yes you did. Yes you fucking did. You don't come to this show having not already done that.
Right.
Right? Like you've gone in the comments and explained to a racist white person how environmental racism brought up a cancer epidemic in New Orleans and poor black communities. Mm-hmm. After so many years of telling so many thousands, if not millions, of white supremacists that, do you think they're not more pro-climate change?
Right, exactly.
Climate change lynches niggers for me?
Exactly.
What? A slow, painful lynching that puts their families in debt? Holy shit, awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's like I can't imagine how many more white people became team forced birth, aka pro-life, after that story about that brain-dead black woman being kept on life support to deliver, like, a essentially non-viable fetus.
Like, how fun is that?
Like, that's gotta be, like, the best fucking... Like, that's, like, Christmas for them.
And I think, man, like, what is... You know, I'm one of these... I don't be knowing shit about shit, man. But, like, one of the things like this in therapy, do people say something... And what do? You get it off your chest, and then now it's easier to say it, easier to acknowledge it, easier to think about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're talking about, like, aversion therapy.
So here's the part where I just said it's that the keeping the brain dead woman alive was fun for them. Mm-hmm. You, listener, need to say that out loud to yourself, to your friends. Sit in the room alone and say... They like it. Think about, you know, you have your racist uncle at Thanksgiving. Sit down and really draw the mental picture in your head of him slowly lynching a black person. Right. Like him, a smile on his face, holding the rope, lowering the body onto the fire, and then bringing him back up when he starts screaming so that he can live longer in pain. You know, we don't want to do another Salem. We want this to be a slow burn.
Right.
Want them to feel it for a while. This is not another Salem. All right. This is a Nigrum. And picture your racist uncle doing that, because that's what he's picturing himself doing.
Right.
It'll be easier to acknowledge it.
And I think that's like one of the things is a lot of white people are like, but no, it was an unintended consequence, or no, they don't really mean it like that, because they can't imagine someone who looks like them being that evil.
Yeah.
Right? And if they do, it's always like an outlier. That's why they're so obsessed with like, oh, it's a lone wolf, or oh, it's like just some weirdo like freak serial killer. And it's like, no, it's someone who lives in your neighborhood.
Yeah. And,
you know, someone pointed out on Blue Sky the other day that, you know, the government is saying that ICE officers have to cover their faces so they aren't doxxed. And it's not because, like, leftists are going to dox them and be like, oh, they live at 123 Maple Street. No, they don't want you to know who they are because they don't want you to know that they're your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like Bob across the street doesn't want you to know that when he goes to work, he puts on that mask and, like, you know, drags someone's grandma across the ground and is sending her to that concentration camp in Florida and is doing it gleefully and willingly.
Or taking any of those women and girls anywhere to do whatever with their bodies in custody.
Exactly.
They does not want you to know that he's a kidnapper, pedophile, rapist.
Exactly.
He really doesn't want you to know that. Oh yeah, new youth pastor story just dropped. But keep going. Yeah, they stay rolling in, and that's literally just from, you know how I still subscribe to just news stations.
Yeah,
and that's how I get that reporting. And it ain't CNN. It's not the lame stream media. It's the underfunded local news station.
Mm-hmm. Without fail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you know, that's something that's like really frustrating to me in this moment is like, even now, white people still can't see it coming, where they're like, oh, it's just a handful of people, or oh, it's just those people, or oh, it's an unintended consequence, or oh, they didn't know that this was going to happen. And it's like, how many times do you need to say that before you get the fuck over it? Because clearly they know what's going to happen. Yeah. We have history, we have precedent, and it's getting worse. And it's like a bunch of white people still won't acknowledge. Because that's my big thing now is I'm like, where are the I didn't vote for this people? This isn't what I voted for. Where the fuck are they? Yeah. Like, and I know people, you're just being snarky or you're just being mad at them. I'm not being snarky and I'm not being mad at them. I'm being like incredibly fucking serious. Where are they? Because if this is not what you voted for and this is not what you wanted, you need to be on the fucking front lines telling them this is not what I voted for as a Republican. Where the fuck are they? And if I don't know where they are, that tells me that
yeah, like,
this is kind of what you voted for then.
Are you physically putting your body in front of an ICE officer to stop them? Because a lot of y'all have class privilege and time off.
Right.
Go do it. Take your sabbatical.
Or at least fucking start funding lawyers for these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things you can do. And if you aren't doing those, then don't tell me this isn't what I voted for. Because if you're not doing anything to stop it, then yeah, this is exactly what the fuck you voted for. You know what I mean? Like,
and then there's like another crowd that I want to and don't want to talk to because they'll say everything in bad faith. This is part of why I will not have a conversation with any of these people unless it is in front of a live audience of neutral, unaware people, like basically my factory coworkers, generally neutral, superbly, supremely unaware people. Like, all they know is, I like that old R. Kelly song. Like, that's what a lot of my coworkers know. I like Believe I Could Fly, and that's pretty much it for them. That's their politics. Right, they like an old song, and Bill Clinton was the first black president. Like, that's it. I want that to be the audience so that it's not people who lean too hard one way, and that's how I will talk to one of these white leftists. Because also, their bad faith acting will look dumb because I'm too damn articulate. But, because they need to be here explaining to me how if there was a Democratic administration, it would be exactly like this. 100%. Like, news moves a little too fast. Like, we're on to the Texas flood now. But there was just the massive fucking California raid where they sent the goddamn Marines.
The Marines are still there.
Oh, Marines are still... Oh, yeah, new normal. Normal.
Oh, yeah. Because they were marching through a park the other day, and who was it? Karen Bass? That's the mayor of LA?
Yeah.
Basically came out and said that the park they were marching... And this was like 2 days ago.
MacArthur Park?
Yeah. That there's actually a children's summer camp being hosted there, and they had to, like, run and snatch up the children and put them inside before the Marines came so that the children wouldn't be scared.
Yeah, and also, like, MacArthur Park in the 80s and 90s was a grimy spot, but it has been fixed up to where you can have summer camp there now. But there are right-wingers acting in bad faith about that, which you gotta be really deep in white supremacist punditry to even know MacArthur Park fucking exists.
These are the people who read the Turner Diaries.
It's so irrelevant. Like, I have a movie about it because I'm from the West Coast and MacArthur Park is a focal point.
Right.
You know, like, culturally for me, and I'll just say it on the pod, in Crip culture, MacArthur Park is a focal point.
Right.
You know about it. And then when you're in the used DVD store and you're like, there's a fucking movie about MacArthur Park? Are you shitting me? $2.99, I'm in. You know? Yeah. You know, and they're, of course, they're acting like it's still that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's just a crack den. Nah, no. Not for over 2 decades. Quarter century, baby. Like, yeah, I'd love to see some of them that, like, I just wanted, like, you could look me dead in my fucking face and say that would be going on under the other administration. And then also, after I've done demolishing you on that topic, now let's go look over at Gaza. Has the genocide ended? And also, I'd like you to open up your smart device. You know, don't put the camera on it yet. Get your social media open. Now, search under your name. I want to see how many times you've typed genocide Trump.
That and and I'm not saying it didn't happen under previous administrations, but I don't remember in terms of Gaza as how often people are getting shot going to get food. Like, where they're supposed to go to get food in Gaza. And, like, the IDF is just opening up fire on them. I don't remember that happening with such frequency. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole, like the both parties are exactly the same. So like that's happening there. Trump is threatening to send Marines to New York City next, especially if Zoran gets in. And like, and you know what? I could say this here because I really want to say it on Blue Sky, but I can't because I know I only have so much social credit.
I'll say that shit, but no one cares.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people who I interact with somewhat regularly who always have up like GoFundMe's or asking for like mutual aid or they need money for stuff, and I won't post their shit anymore because they are people who told me that both parties are exactly the same, and one of them is someone who is indigenous and Latina, and she's putting up posts now like, I'm scared to leave my house. Can someone like help me? Like she's like scared to like go out and walk around and do her like grocery shopping and shit like that. So she asked if someone would send her money for Uber so that she could Uber to the store instead because she's afraid to be outside walking because of ICE. And I was like, if both parties are exactly the same, you would have been asking for that money last year too.
Yeah, November 4th.
Like
November 4th, I should have seen that post.
You know what I'm saying?
Pasó?
So I'm like, I'm not gonna share your shit because I'm just not gonna fucking do it. I'm tired of this. Both parties are the same shit. I'm not shit. Like anyone who's, yeah, I guess if you follow me on social media and you see people I used to share their like mutual aid and GoFundMe's and I haven't shared them, it's because they assured me that both parties are the same, and well, that's fine. Then they should be in the same financial situation that they were last year then.
Yeah.
And everything is the same.
And I'm not adding the caveat for you fucking people anymore. Like, we're leftists. We know Democrats not as left as us. And I'm not even going to say not good enough anymore. Because they're good enough for themselves. Yeah. If we want shit that's good enough for us, we got to get out there and go get that shit. Mm-hmm. Get your punk ass up. Right? Like, I know that you're going to sit down and you're going to watch another Mike Figueredo video. How about y'all flood Mike Figueredo's comments until Mike Figueredo's punk ass to hop up out that gaming chair and go run his motherfucking ass for office.
Right.
He's popular as fuck. He's good looking. He's white. He's skinny. Right? Thin privilege is good. And intellectually astute. Speaks well. And will talk shit. Would do very well in a face-to-face debate in front of a crowd. And then name the other names. It's high time. Sam Cedar, he's up there in age. Pass the showdown. Emma Vigeland can run the show. Mm-hmm. Pass the showdown. Go run for office. Mm-hmm. How many times are you going to debate libertarians over the fucking phone?
Right.
Go debate Republicans on the stage. Sam Cedar will whoop their ass on that fucking stage. He will beat their fucking ass.
Oh God, I would love to see Sam Cedar take on Tommy Tuberville.
Right, get up out the fucking chair. Mm-hmm. Like your punditry only got so far. You're just entertainers at this point.
Yeah, definitely entertainers, and I think it reminds me of the conversations that we've had around like black content creators as well. Mm-hmm. Where it's if you're that worried about racism and y'all have all this money now, why haven't you taken over a school board?
Yep, say the names, man. Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah. And,
Boyce Watkins.
Yeah. Or like, why haven't you taken over a government? Why haven't you bought apartment complexes to put low-income black families into, or to put, black people who have just gotten out of prison into, or, you know what I mean, black people who are homeless? Like, why haven't you bought an apartment building? Because y'all can raise millions of dollars. Y'all have millions of dollars. Like, where the fuck is that money coming back to the community? And, that was obviously like a more black-centered conversation, but I think the same thing applies with white leftists too, especially white leftist content creators. Is like, y'all have all this money and you might put money into here or there, or donate to a GoFundMe or some shit, but y'all could literally buy entire buildings. Like, at this point, y'all could have taken over a small city. You know what I mean? Like, bought some buildings, get some people on like a local city council, funded that, get some people on the library board, get some people on the school board. Like, we could have a leftist city and grow from there. Like, where are you putting back to the community? And not an individual's GoFundMe, or not, maybe I'll just donate one time to this, like, one specific, like, environmental cause, or like, to like, for example, like the flood victims in Texas. That's great if you do, but like, where is the long lasting build up impact for leftists, right? And I think that's like especially exemplified right now. I forgot who shared the post, but there's a Jewish organization right now that's raising funds to get queer people out of the South. Like they're literally like moving queer people up north because they know how fucked up it is to be like trans and gay or queer in a red state, and they're actually moving people up here. Like, why aren't y'all doing some shit like that?
And you know, one thing I won't rail against, but yeah, like just don't worry about this. If someone calls it the Underground Railroad, so the fuck what? As long as they're doing it. I don't give a shit if it has an internet nickname for 3 years. Who gives a blue fuck about an internet nickname other than class-privileged, bored black people? We have more black Karens than you can imagine, and most of them are from Atlanta. Yes.
Can I just say, like, for the outrage about the idea of, like, calling it the Underground Railroad to move, like, trans people up here to the north from the south, y'all ain't never said shit about Operation Underground Railroad when those fucking white people were kidnapping black children from third world countries. Go fucking fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I never heard any. I only heard black leftists from Chicago talking about that. It's always black leftists
from Chicago.
It's Chicago versus Atlanta. We always thought it was New York versus California. We were so wrong. We lost Tupac and being wrong.
Like, yeah, for all like all the grief about you can't call it Operation. Where the fuck were y'all for that Tim Ballard ass shit?
Yeah.
Literally went to like black and Latino countries to fucking kidnap children under the guise of protecting them from sex trafficking. I don't even know no one knows where the fuck these kids are. They're in the hands of conservative white Christians. So however that's going for them.
Which, how has it ever gone?
Exactly.
Now let's reread The Bluest Eye. That's called a book.
And it's a banned book, so you should have read it.
Oh shit, my niece sent me a text message saying, I got some books I'm reading. Well, I saw it while I was at work. What is it? Okay, it's a photograph of a couple of books. What's happening? Madam C.J. Walker, Self-Made.
Nice.
All right, $7.99 used book. That's how you do it. Maya Angelou, Letter to My Daughter. Also
okay.
$7.99 used book. Or maybe brand new, I can't really tell. But yep, got some books. Oh shit, she's wearing the dashiki pants I had. Because I gained weight, so she got some of my old clothes. Look, man, everything tastes better than Crunches. Wafers, all kind of shit. Ginger snaps, definitely.
Lemon snaps.
Lemon snaps you can share with people that ginger's too hot for. Where the hell were we? I just messed everything up with the book thing.
Just the Operation Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are more mad about the names of things as opposed to actually getting up and doing the thing.
That's right. I'm thinking about like what the white left is doing. I'm going to do a few of these, right? So this is like one of the new young ones, right? One of those new young hitters. Because, you know, a new young cute face always works.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if you're ugly, because you're a young adult, you're cute.
Right.
Like, that's why he has to get his money in now. Because when this kid hits like 35,
it's over.
Oh, he's gonna be so ugly. He's gonna look like a right winger. Like,
oh,
so
no.
yeah. But you ever notice that right winger's kind of ugly? That's I don't know. But Adam Mockler, 1.38 million subscribers. So you know he's getting his paper stacks.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's click on the account. This is what the white left is doing. There's the Patreon. Oh shit.
Subscribe if you love democracy.
Subscribe. Hey man.
Okay. Oh.
And it makes the Patreon makes $999 a month. He has that public. That's a fair deal, right? So that's a G there,
right?
But then we don't know
how much
what
is he making off the YouTube.
Yeah, because YouTube's they be having what are they called, the super chats,
right?
Yeah, super chats and subscriptions. Instagram you can monetize, Twitter you can monetize, Discord I don't know how that works, TikTok you can monetize, right? So all those monetization streams, and now let's see the material out there. Trump's scary cognitive moment that you missed. All right, I don't know if you knew that. I'm going to do them fast, but keep in mind, key words are capitalized. This is important. Trump lets it slip that in Epstein disaster with Tommy Vietor. MAGA Pete blindsides Trump in disaster meeting. Trump voters melt down after Trump Epstein exposed. Trump panics in leaked Putin video. Elon lets it slip in career-ending moment. I don't know why moment is capitalized. Just capitalize something. And if you notice in a bunch of the thumbnails, it's that YouTube thing with the mouth. Oh, they're all doing the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone face.
Right.
What? Can't believe it. Pathetic Trump voters exposed themselves. That's one day ago. At what point has a pathetic Republican not exposed themselves?
Right.
By virtue of being a Republican, you've exposed yourself of being a weak ass that's overcompensating via party affiliation. Right? I like that sentence. I'm proud of myself.
That's a good sentence.
Right, what's this one? Trump squirms when confronted on missing Epstein video. White House in panic mode after footage bombshell.
Okay, first of all, I hate the fact that everything is like a TMZ headline at this point.
Yeah.
But secondly, I want someone to like sit down and explain the headlines, not the clips, but the headlines. like, what? Like, Trump panics? When have you ever seen Trump panic? Panic? Like, what does the word panic mean to you?
Yeah, that's the question.
Like...
To you is very important on that one. To you, specifically. I want you to make up your own definition on the spot.
Because I know what panic means in my head, and I have never seen Trump panic ever.
Yeah, because that means you're using the same language for Donald Trump fumbling his words as when a cis man murders a trans woman and gets off in court. You're using the same word, so I want some similarity.
Oh, God. Like, panic.
Trump caught golfing as everything goes south.
Caught? Caught? Was he
was
missing?
Caught, yes.
Did no one know where he
was sneaking trying to golf. Like, he had a joint. He was like, Melania's gonna catch me. I just want to smoke my shit, listen to some Pink Floyd and go golfing a little bit. God damn it. And he got fucking caught. Oh, what is this? Trump cowers on golf course as crisis gets worse. That's right before Trump caught golfing.
What does the word cower mean to you?
He's cowering.
What?
In a cowardly fashion. You know what? Let's click it. Let's see.
We have some major breaking news that not enough people are talking.
It's major breaking news.
That not enough people are talking about.
Not enough people are talking about Trump right now. No one's on it. I'm bringing you the Trump news exclusive here, baby. This is Adam Mockler, very popular young man. That's get your money for your turn 35, babes, because I know how white faces age. All right, let's do it.
Talking about hours ago, a clip went viral of Donald Trump getting confronted about the cuts to the National Weather Service. He gets asked whether or not these cuts led to more deaths during the catastrophic flooding in Texas. I'll play this clip in 1 second, but let me just point out.
Oh, this is the part where he riffs a little bit to fill out time for monetization. Right, like what he did in classic radio, which, yeah, we're old and that's what we come from.
Yeah.
He already did the setup. This is new radio bullshit filler, excuse me. Look, he's still not, I'm at 2 minutes and 14 seconds. He's looking at a calendar showing how often Trump golfs, showing a statement, and now it looks like he's finally getting to the video at 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
To punch back against MAGA as this election cycle gets closer and closer, we're able to actually platform politicians who...
Oh, never mind. He's advertising his channel. He's doing an ad. I thought he tricked me. Smooth Adam. Smooth. All right. Is it the video yet?
About this exact thing while on his Morristown.
And let's note that Adam Mockler, his headline is Trump cowers on golf course as crisis gets worse. And on the screen, he has a CNN clip. And the CNN, what is that thing called? A Chiron or something?
Yeah.
That, Chiron?
Yeah.
Oh, or is it lower third?
I believe it's Chiron, but I've heard people refer to it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the lower third, the Chiron scrolls. The Chiron's under it, actually. All right, so in CNN's lower third, it reads, Trump departs for D.C. after signing Texas disaster declaration. And that's what they have. But, this is cowering here.
Okay.
Are you federal government left key vacancies at the National Weather Service during the emergency coordination?
Could you hear her question well enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did not.
They did. I'll tell you, if you look at that water situation that all is, and
Did he say that water situation?
I think so.
That's a wild boy. That water situation. Hold on, I gotta make sure that's what I heard.
that water situation that all is,
Yeah.
and that was really the Biden setup. That was not our setup, but I wouldn't blame Biden for it either. I would.
So he blames Biden. He wouldn't blame Biden, and then he's gonna keep riffing. Come on, Jesus Christ.
You just did blame Biden. What are you talking about? He's
Yes,
But
Adam.
also, where is the cowering?
No, he's cowering right now.
He
This is-
said, I don't know, it's not my fault. That's not really...
He's standing in front of a camera, speaking confidently with his USA baseball cap on. This is cowering.
Jesus.
said that was the Biden setup, but I wouldn't blame Biden. But it's not.
Catastrophe, and it's just so horrible to watch.
What do you mean this is a 100-year catastrophe?
And now he's just doing what we do. So again, the way Trump is comporting himself and speaking, this is cowering to these channels that run these headlines.
Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to watch
Yeah.
TMZ.
Watch TMZ?
Yeah, just watch like one episode of TMZ. Because the more I think about it, the more this really is like TMZ style news. I'm using the word news loosely here.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's really what they do on TMZ, where they're like, this thing happened, and then they set up the clip and they talk about the clip, and then they tell you how you're supposed to feel about the clip, and then they because they inject all these ideas, and then they play the clip, and by that time you're like, yeah, that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
Because they set it up and told you what to think, and then they play it, and you're like, yeah, that's what happened. And then you're like, wait, that's not actually what happened though. It's like a weird little mini propaganda.
So what you're seeing here is Katz basically took the entertainment model,
Yeah.
entertainment coverage model, and brought that into a political coverage model, and it makes you think of two things. The first one is when Carrie Lake got confronted by a criminal journalist instead of a political journalist, and the way they were asking questions. We played that clip on our old program, and I'm sure many other lefty heads did too. If you're, you probably heard it if you're hearing this. But if not, you can dump those words in your search box and you'll find it. Carrie Lake confronted by a criminal reporter or crime investigator.
Yeah.
Put that language in there, you're gonna dig it up. Right, and so that was kind of a flip on how just the journalism even happens, and that was when you could actually put "she cowers" in the headline,
right?
Like she actually did cower and walk away quite briskly, I would say. I won't lie in my headline and say she runs away. No, I would say she broke into a rather brisk yet stumbling stride. Learn to walk in heels, hun. Hunty. And the other one is a young white man who some black, I would say, washed up hip hop heads. I'm gonna say they're washed up hip hop heads, and they really dislike this cat. And largely because he does like these kind of documentary style videos on mostly these drill rappers, which is just banging on wax in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? And
So
but
embarrassing.
what I've heard
Like, how did we end up with drill?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. You
Well,
gotta look back at Katrina and work your way forward. Basically, look at New Orleans rap pre-Katrina and look at Chicago rap 10 years post-Katrina.
Do we all have to be cousins?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Right, but what he's doing is those documentaries, and I didn't understand it because I don't get into all genres, but someone left a lengthy comment under a video where it broke down how what he's actually doing is true crime, but it's just with rappers.
Yeah.
but he's just doing the true crime genre.
Yeah.
And the hip-hop heads don't get that. That he's just doing a different genre, but talking about artists that you're a fan of.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that even guys that work with him, because now he's from Britain, calls himself Trap Lore Ross.
Oh.
Yeah, and the guys
I swear I thought you were gonna mention that Austrian dude.
Nah. Oh no, but the HBCU crowd hates him. Yeah, he angers a whole different crowd.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah. And it's probably because his are not true crime. They are pure hip hop, and they're just fucking good. They're fucking good, man. I'm the son of a journalist. I can't front when I see the good stuff.
Yes.
And the HBCU grifters do not like that shit.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, well, just...
Oh, okay, now I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right? And I think that other heads that he works with, like Vlad comes and works with him, fucking that nigga Whack 100, like a blood that's been all up in prison and shit and does management for the game, brings him out and has conversations with him, but they don't get that he's doing true crime docs and not hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what you're pointing out to me is that it's TMZ now.
Yeah.
And there's probably people tuned into this that are like, yeah, genius, I'm bored with this segment now. I've been knowing that shit. Excuse me, I don't watch TMZ. I don't know.
Right.
I'm very disconnected. You have no idea. It still stands today. If you take Beyonce Knowles and put her in a green baseball cap and a green t-shirt and a lineup with 10 other black women, I'm gonna get them wrong. I don't know. I'm ignorant, man. Let me be that. But yeah, where were we going from here, right? These irresponsible headlines.
Yeah,
the white
irresponsible
left,
headlines, white leftists, like they're not doing shit.
There's
like,
more shit, right?
Yeah.
We saw more. Moo Dang is a year old.
Dang is for the children.
Was it like a small species of hippopotamus?
Yeah, pygmy hippo.
Right, I always wondered, like, is pygmy a racist word? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Feels like it. Because so
think
many things are just what white people decided to call them.
Right, because I've seen it applied to things in a non-racist way, but then I've also seen it applied to a people group, so...
Then I would say let's use their language. Hey, man, I'm noticing patterns.
I'm noticing patterns.
No, noticing patterns, babes. What happened? Right, oh, yeah, I wanted to take a look at this. Yeah. This caught my attention. If you're on the Blue Sky, you will notice that I'm going to use the word popular here, you know, like we're in fucking High School Musical. One of the popular Blue Sky accounts is, am I pronouncing this correctly? Aaron Rupar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Aaron Rupar, I don't even follow him, because you don't have to. If you follow other leftists, you'll get the right amount of Aaron Rupar.
Right.
If you follow him directly, you get too the fuck much. It's a flood and it's overwhelming. You know, same thing with George Takei when Facebook was new. Like, I was like, no, George Takei has the hot takes, but I'm not following the page because all y'all do it for me. You'll share it, I'll see the good stuff. So let's see this clip. Aaron, he captioned this, Jeffries, and that would be Hakeem Buster ass Jeffries, fucking Easter Island head faced ass gargoyle brick forehead looking ass motherfucker. Hakeem on New York progressives threatening to primary him. Okay.
New York City. CNN has new reporting that some progressives who...
Yes, that is Wolf Blitzer. Still there. And I just want to know, as soon as he saw Hakeem Jeffries walk in the studio, was he like, he's so poor and so black? That is a real quote from Wolf Blitzer during Hurricane Katrina. That was just the live coverage. They're so poor and so black. Verbatim.
Sounded like what's her face from Cruel Intentions.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. So Cruel Intentions is a late 90s teen movie based on, what play?
Dangerous Liaisons.
Is that a play or?
It was a book. Well, it was a movie that was based on a book.
Okay.
That was actually written in like the late 1700s.
All right, just in case folks don't know that part.
Yeah.
And in that movie, who was It's a really, really funny ass older white woman.
It was Christine Baranski.
Fuck, she is funnier than shit. Like, I want to see everything she's done in her life.
She was in Chicago.
Do we have a copy of that?
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna request some days off work and fuck my life up. Yeah, she and what does her kid? There's a black dude, and I don't know if he like works at her place or.
So the black man is a music instructor.
And isn't he a teenager too?
No, he's a little bit older because he's like in college.
Oh man, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good because they have his character have sex with it.
She's like she's like 18, whatever.
No, Phoenix Reed is like, don't take the fun out of everything. I will not. I will stop that.
I mean, that's not like that's the worst thing that happened in that movie.
Yeah, it's not the best movie.
But yeah, and so he's giving what is it, like piano lessons or violin lessons or something to her daughter because he's like a music major.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's an independent contractor so you sought out his services, and let's keep in mind these are violin lessons for the debutante class in fucking New York.
Right.
So you chose him because he was clearly the best in your price range. Mm-hmm. And then what was her line to him?
After she found out that that her daughter had, like, they were writing love letters back and forth, and she goes, "What are these?" and pulls out the letter. She goes, "We took you in off the streets." And he goes, "I'm from 5th and Park."
Which, if you don't know about New York, 5th Avenue it's not even known for being residential. It's known for shopping. So if your family can afford to live there, nigga.
We took you in off the streets.
Like, you could tell his family, they were the people, they ended up on 5th and Park because they couldn't get into the Trump apartments. Hey, man. When your parents were adults in the 70s, you have stories. You already knew about Trump if your parents were adults in the 70s. And you're black if you're black. And from the East Coast. All right. But, yes. All right. So, Wolf Blitzer, Hakeem Jeffries. And Hakeem is so poor and so black. Team Light Skin took a hit with this one. It's like worse than Cat Williams. Ooh. Oh yeah, Blue Sky. You just stopped.
Yeah.
We're not blue skying anymore.
We're not blue skying anymore.
New York City. CNN has new reporting that some progressives who empowered Mamdani to victory now want to primary you and other Democrats in New York City. The co-chair of the New York City. CNN has new reporting that New York City's Democratic Socialists of America says he thinks you're picking.
That did not flow well. If you're gonna do your propaganda, you gotta nail your sentence. He stumbled through that one. Democratic Socialists of America. Of America, Hakeem.
Want to primary you and other Democrats in New York City. The co-chair of the New York City's Democratic Socialists of America says he thinks you're picking fights, quote, with the left instead of focusing on fighting the right. His words. Asked whether Mamdani thinks those House incumbent challenges should happen, his press secretary told CNN he was declining to comment, at least for now. How do you respond?
Aw, shit.
I have no idea what these people are talking about. We are going to continue to focus our efforts as we did on the House floor.
He's so dorky, he just feels manosphere. And I know he's not, but he just feel like he's cut from that cloth of black man. Like, he just didn't become a loser grifting on YouTube. Huh. My shit doesn't want to load past 36 seconds.
Oh.
Hey. What happened?
Efforts as we did on the House floor in connection with Donald Trump's one big ugly bill on pushing.
I don't know, even though, like, I do agree it is not beautiful, it feels a taste childish to be like the big ugly bill. Mm-hmm. You know what? I would call it by what it technically named. What's the technical name? Is it like House Bill 472?
I would just make up a name that says what it does, like the, kick 30 millions off of Medicaid bill, or you know what I mean, like something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Or what's the damn? I could have swore it did some shit as far as like letting corporations do even more with our data. Like I can't even imagine what the fuck more is.
There's that. It did it gave no bid surveillance contracts to one of Trump's favorite companies at the border. Like, fucking, I have to double check on the AI thing. Someone told me the AI part got taken out. I thought they had got it put back in. Like, yeah.
I'm leaning on my position here is that the problem with the individuals that collectively make up the Democratic Party, right, which I think is a much more good faith sentence than the Democrats or the Dems. Like, they're not one big thick monolith, right? There are variations between them, but the main glue that holds them together is that they're just responsible people that did what they were told when they were growing up, and they got a good job, right? Like, when they were in school, they were told, focus and pay attention and study hard, and you'll get a good job, and you'll live a good life. And they did, and it worked. And they're kind of like just a bunch of socially progressive Mary Sues. What do you think of that one? I think I'm a lean.
Socially progressive Mary Sues.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call them Mary Sues.
Because how many outside of so Bernie, yeah, he had a tough time, right? Like Bernie was in the apartment with no electricity, reading law books by fucking burning oil lamp. Fucking Davy Jones' locker was chasing him. Part of the crew, part of the ship. It's like, I will fucking free you all from the locker. You back down, you Kraken. Right? He's beating the Kraken down with a shillelagh he got from some Irish pirate.
Oh, God.
Thank you, McCracken. I'll beat the Kraken with you, McCracken. And yeah, I think they're Mary Sues.
I don't know.
Yeah, like they seem to be a lot of people that just kind of walk through life. I think even now, I'm saying his name again. I might as well meet the guy. Bob Seska. I remember this being a critique he had of Obama, where Obama said, "No, I like going to school. There were no bullies. Everybody was just nice." And it's just like, yeah, everybody was just nice, just all the time. And then as you're going through school, everybody's just nice. What do you grow up to be? This tall, skinny, handsome guy with a baritone, right? And then you're just like, well, doesn't everybody have this experience? You know, Pauly Shore is exactly like me. Right? You go to Columbia, you go to Harvard, you become a community organizer that I never heard of in Chicago. Community organizer, you know. Marry Michelle, met her down at the church, you know. It's kind of, you get a cool job in Senate. Maybe you lose a run, you win a run. Become president twice, slap a couple white men in the face, and move on and buy a crib at a vineyard. Whatever the fuck they did, right? And yeah, I think they're Mary Sues. Yeah. Phoenix Leader thinks they are not. Phoenix Leader thinks that they got it out the mud, started from the bottom, now we're here, like Drake. And I think they're not like us, myself.
Really?
This is where we differ.
Really?
This is where we differ.
You don't even like that song.
No, I don't. No, I do not. It's overrated. Very overrated. As far as diss tracks coming out of Compton, no. No. Y'all niggas like it because he spoke in meme. Y'all niggas like it because everything he said could be on a t-shirt. We have tangented way away from Hakeem Jeffries. And no, Blue Sky's video service is just janky.
Really?
Yeah, it just doesn't work well.
Oh.
All right, we're having the darndest time trying to play this clip from Blue Sky. So Blue Sky is janky on my device, good on Phoenix's device. We're going to finish running the clip. We're running it back to 34 seconds. It's only 1 minute and 23 seconds. Hakeem Jeffries talking about progressives threatening to primary him. And then I want to hear Chuck Schumer on the same topic.
I have no idea what these people are talking about. We are going to continue to focus our efforts as we did on the House floor in connection with Donald Trump's one big ugly bill on pushing back against the extremism that has been unleashed on the American people.
Wait, now, see, what the fuck? He said a bunch of bullshit there, and I don't think people are considering that fact. So didn't it pass the Senate?
Yeah.
And get kicked back down to the House?
Yeah.
And the House passed it?
Yeah.
So now it's just off to his desk.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
There is no more pushback. See, the time for pushback is when you're debating the bill in committee. That's pushback time. After that, it's vote. Like that, and this is why people need to know the process more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a gang of people that probably don't even know that it's possible for a bill to be voted in the Senate first. You ever think of that? Like, there's people walking around that think that, no, it has to be, it goes through San Francisco, and then it gets to Vallejo. No, it can go to Vallejo first. Hell, and then San Francisco can fucking add riders to the bill and kick it back up to San Francisco to fucking vote on. Yeah, like that could happen. And then someone can sue on the results of the bill and kick it up to the Supreme Court. And because the Supreme Court somehow isn't just a mini lifetime Congress seat, they can just interpret it as unconstitutional and the law no longer applies. Well, Trump might change that if they disagree with him. He passes the I get to fuck
Oh,
off.
yeah, he already signed it.
Oh, then what the fuck are you pushing back on, Jeffrey? Hakeem sucks ass.
Yeah.
It's clear to us as House Democrats, it's clear to us as members of the New York City delegation that the problem is
Blue Sky video is janky.
focus our efforts as we did on the House floor in connection with Donald Trump's one big ugly bill on pushing back against the extremism that has been unleashed on the American people. It's clear to us as House Democrats, it's clear to us as members of the New York City delegation that the problem is Donald Trump and House Republicans who have launched this.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't a Freudian slip because he doesn't give a shit. But the New York City delegate, so he's a delegate. So he arbitrarily decides who wins primaries. Somebody. Yeah, I'm all about it. You're like, again, if you're in New York and you're primarying him, I have a Facebook page with, as far as leftist Facebook pages go, decent following. I'll endorse your shit. I'll post your shit. You got a platform here, baby. Primary that nigga.
Right.
Bring back that the rent is too damn high guy. This is his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't even say before he showed up too soon, but now he showed up when media was still more narrow. Nothing was monetized yet.
Right.
It's time now. The rent is too damn high guy.
Unprecedented assault on the American way of life, an assault on healthcare. They're ripping food out of the mouths of children, veterans.
Also, why is he fucking smiling? He's got that Private Pile smile, and I kind of want to cure it for him the same way Sergeant Hartman did.
Oh.
And seniors, they're exploding the national debt. They're unleashing mass agents on law-abiding immigrant communities. It shouldn't be too difficult for some people to figure out who the problem is in the United States of America.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yep, lay it down.
Because who's that fucking old ass piece of shit fucking white man?
Now that is quite a question.
Oh, fuck. What is
I can't think of one.
Carville. James
Oh,
Carville.
fuck that guy.
Because the way he ended that sounded like something James Carville would have told him to say. Because James Carville would be like, just let the Republican Party implode and people will figure it out and vote Democrat. Because what he wrote the fucking op-ed, Democrats need to have a bold strategy and do nothing. And he keeps fucking laying on that during this administration. And that's what that sounded like at the end. Like, it's doing all these horrible things and, you know, eventually the American people will catch on. Like, just no, make it your fucking platform. Like, hey, I live in a district where, you know, this is what the Medicare cuts will do. I live somewhere where ripping the funding from public education. This is what it'll do. Like, that should be everyone's fucking platform. The Republican Party took this away from you and make it specific to your region, to your state, to your city, you know, but they fucking won't. They fucking won't. Like, they'll go on here and talk about it and say, like, this generic ass shit, but they should be at the town hall and be like, just so you know, when this hospital closes, this is why. Like, the American people aren't gonna fucking know why.
Yeah.
Fucking God, I can't wait until fucking James Carville dies.
Yeah, but then, right, I'm here to kill the joy.
I know.
Yep. The next one. I can't even say another one will take his place, because he doesn't really have that unique of a place.
He seems to be like, just because of his age and because he got Clinton in, like he's like the.
Yeah, he's treated as like this elder spokesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he just gets unlimited TV appearances. Like he basically just has a career as a guy that says shit that makes. I don't know who. Like, I would love to see the person in line at the grocery store who's like literally like they're thinking like, you know, that James Carville is on the money. Like, who is that? Where is the working class person?
There
right?
isn't.
Yeah, right. That's like, oh, like they're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start getting the generic cheese. Like, where is that person who's just like, I need generic cheese because I need money left over to get the new James Carville book. Holy shit! Like, where are they?
I think we all know that they don't exist, but I think it's also, like that whole being in a bubble thing. Because, like, how often do these people actually meet with their constituents? Like, maybe during election season, you shake some hands, you kiss some babies, but they're not like, you know what I mean?
Something annoying, and we can't go too deep into it because I'd have to, like, literally listen to a whole entire, Michael Steele podcast from about 2 years ago. I think 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. And like take notes and take timestamps and cover it. Because whenever Phoenix Leader thinks of this, it's like, I want to go on a tangent about that, but we'd have to pull up quotes. And it's been 3 years.
Oh, with him with Joyanne Reed?
Yeah, because Joyanne Reed, because you made me think of that when you mentioned being in a bubble.
Yeah.
Because Joyanne Reed was in that bubble, but only as far as the tax bracket it elevated her to. Because Joyanne Reed, now that she's out of that bubble, she just jumps on the mic and talks as if she was never in it.
Right.
Like, she be sounding like me and shit now talking. It was ridiculous.
I made a post about that like a couple of days ago or a week or two ago with some of the shit she said where she was, you know, talking about like giving people what they want to vote for. And I was like, nigga, you were on that podcast talking all that shit about how do Americans feel? Shitty? Doesn't it matter? No, you're just going to get a Biden presidency because that's just how it works.
Yep.
What the fuck? Fuck you, Joy.
So I just want to ask you why I have a Trump presidency. Because you said I was going to get the not Republican again.
Yeah.
Why don't I have the not Republican?
It wasn't even that. It was that, like, her whole argument was that we shouldn't primary Biden because an incumbent president just has a right to run.
Right, but then also, when did she say that? When she was working for the bubble.
Right.
I like that language as well. She was working for the bubble more so than in the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, nigga, your black Haitian ass can get the hell out whenever the hell. Right? Haitian grenade, it is something or other.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's got a background. She's diasporic, if you will.
Diasporic.
Yeah. Diasporic? I don't know.
So Tariq would call her a tether.
Oh shit, it's 4:18 in the AM. Time has passed. So Phoenix Kalita was like, yo, it's Moodang's birthday. Very big deal.
It is Moodang's birthday. It is a very big deal.
And I didn't, I heard other people riffing about it, but, and it's another one where it's like Donald Trump panics, but, somebody asked about the Epstein deal. And he gave a go fuck yourself Trump answer where he was just like, what? Why are you worried about that when we have great things going on with our bills passing? There's terrible things happening in Texas. Why are you asking that? That's not him panicking. That's him performing indignance. Right? That was, quite frankly, good performance art.
Also, like, it frustrates me with the whole, like, he's panicking or he's terrified. This nigga already got 34 fucking felonies. You think he's scared to get accused of some shit?
A New York mobster with 34 felonies, the Supreme Court in the Oval Office.
Right. You think he's fucking scared to be accused of some shit? He's already been accused of rape. And lost in court, I might add.
And he has, what? The military, the police, all facets of right wing, except for that one kid at the rally one time. Like, all facets of right wing they will jump in front of a hot one for this guy. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has nothing to panic about. Like, he is so relaxed that I bet that's the only reason he's even still alive. The moment you see him actually panic will be the moment you see him have a stroke, heart attack, diarrhea, catheter explosion death. Like, he will literally just combust in a pile of sweaty fecal matter.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of dusty fecal matter. I can imagine it's dusty.
Really?
You know, like hot chocolate powder before you put it in the water. Like,
Really?
yeah, he got the... All right. All right.
And don't forget to cancel all your subscriptions before the new FTC ruling comes in.
Oh, that's right. They're like sending you to some sort of I'm using this word. They did not use this word. I'm using this word to a internal arbitration process before you can fucking unsubscribe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So cancel all your subscriptions because you're never going to be able to cancel them shits again and you're going to be overdrawn. And keep in mind, they also deregulated the banks so that they can charge you more overdraft fees. So.
And remember, they're not going to call, like I say, update your language now. And partially another reason to update your language is to talk to more people than people that already agree with you. All right? Debtors' prisons is dead language. It's old. It's gone. It's played out. I would say predict the new language. What did we say on our last episode? You're gonna go to Freedom Farms to work off that debt. Now keep in mind, on this here Freedom Farm, you get paid this many dollars a day for your hard day's work on our Freedom Farm down here in Louisiana. But also, you need some good work gloves. I mean, you could work without the safety gloves. I don't recommend it, but you could work with the safety gloves. That comes out of your daily pay wage. Now, grocery prices are still up because of Biden inflation. It's 2038, and grocery prices are still up because of Biden inflation. It just ain't no good. And, but a little bit more come out your check, you get a lunch at work. All right, we just covered that on for you. Now, rent prices, Blackwater done bought up all the housing around here. But what we can do is a little bit more, just come on out your daily paycheck, and that'll cover your room and board. You'll even get your own sink. Now, the toilet and shower is shared, but you get your own sink. You share it with your roommate. Y'all two get your own sink.
God, I fucking just have, what was it, Sorry to Bother You in my head? Where, like, as the movie's going on, like, just the clips on the TV that were never really, like, a main focus, but it was just happening.
I think, I haven't seen that movie in so long, I forgot almost everything, so it'll be a good rewatch.
Yeah. Because, yeah, as the main character's going, like, you just see, like, in the background, the TV will just be on, and it's, like, a bunch of workers in, like, one fucking shared space, and they're, like, eating lunch off a person's stomach because there's no table. And in the background, like, the chyron just says, the Senate re-legalized slavery. Like, and, like, no one directly addressed it in the movie. It was just kind of in the background on TV, and it's like, it's gonna be that.
And I cannot believe when I was a teenager, I was about to get a Boots Riley album, and the fucking store burned down that had it.
That's fucked up.
Because I didn't always have money for brand new CDs, so I only bought brand new if it's an artist that I already fucked with heavy.
Yeah.
I got used CDs, and Music Warehouse on 6th Avenue in Tacoma, up by Tacoma Community College and across the street from Jack in the Box, burned the fuck down before I could go in there and get that goddamned album and a couple others. And I couldn't find it elsewhere used because albums like that, people don't give away. You get your hands on that and you're like, I have treasure. It's my funky precious. You know? All right, I think we won. Audio will go up this afternoon, just like yesterday, and then video goes up tomorrow at like 1 a.m., just like today. It is 4:24 a.m. I may or may not have a shift to get to. I think I need to eat some spinach and a little bit more of, beef. You know, a little cow. I am not vegan. I don't beef with vegans. I find white vegans quite cringeworthy and awkward and highly racist at times. But in general, I don't beef with veganism, but I am going to eat that meat. Beast Leader, signing off.
Yes, signing off. Looks like we already have a new clip to cover about Trump tomorrow.
Shit, what is it?
Again, Aaron Rupar. Reporter, yesterday you said you were not sure who ordered the munitions to Ukraine. Have you figured it out? Trump, I haven't thought about it. Reporter, what does it say that such a decision could be made without you knowing? Trump, I would know. If a decision was made, I will know.
Nigga, what? There's a lot of nigga what's here. And like, that's where it is, folks. Y'all do not understand Republicanism as it is the culmination, it's the sum of its parts. Right? Like, y'all don't understand that micro Rubicons have been crossed. And one of the micro Rubicons that have been crossed is Republicans woke up and realized they don't have to be all stuffy and buttoned up anymore.
Right.
Right? Like, they can, take that necktie off, put on a fucking t-shirt with a picture of a ripped American flag on it, right? Hop in a truck and talk some shit. The stupider, the better. Right? Like, before, a lot of people, I would say, white people in particular, they look at the older Republicans and they would misword their description of them. They would say they had shame back then. No, they didn't. All right? Because keep in mind, what Republicans are you talking about? You're talking about 80s and 90s, right? Really? You mean the one where Ronald Reagan was calling black people monkeys in the Oval Office on audio recording, knowing everyone would hear it? That one where he was joking about people with AIDS dying? Well, that was one of his people, but he was in the room and didn't say, yo, shut that shit up. I heard that audio on Robert Evans' Behind the Bastards program. I know you've heard that if you're hearing this. These are the same ones. Back when, C-SPAN existed, but the camera was one shot directly at the podium where the speaker was speaking. And Newt Gingrich would get up there in the middle of the night when no one was in there and pretend he was yelling at Democrats, giving them the business. And then right-wing AM radio hosts would play that back and be like, yeah, Newt Gingrich is the fucking man. He's fucking doing it. And Democrats demanded that some engineers and mechanics go up there and make that camera periodically swivel. And Newt Gingrich, I guess he didn't know this.
He didn't.
So there is footage of Newt Gingrich yelling like he's and the swivels empty. Nobody in the fucking seats, man. Theaters during COVID. Early COVID. Theaters shortly after Birds of Prey landed. Very unfortunate. Right? And those are the ones that you're saying had shame. George Herbert Walker Bush was a known sexual harasser who put a sexual harasser on the Supreme Court. These are the ones that you're saying had shame.
Right.
Are you fucking shitting me sideways in a snowstorm? No, they didn't. They just thought they had to be stuffy and respectable.
Right.
And now they know they don't. They've crossed a Rubicon of white respectability politics. Okay. I think that's my big sign off. I be ranting myself out of breath.
You do.
I haven't stopped. I'm in my 40s now and I can't talk too long without getting winded. Okay, I think I know what I'm talking about. I do. I'm fucking smart. You should probably fucking listen to me. I'm smart or perceptive. I've read the material. I've read the newspapers. Yes, I've actually read studies and peer reviews. And also, I have a weird memory, and not a weird memory for a pothead. I have a weird memory. Like, if I tell you that there's a verbatim quote from 1997, I dare you to fact check me. I triple dog dare you. I'll even nail the cadence with which I heard it. Fuck around with me. I have a weird memory. So, you should tune in and listen to this if you really want to get the straight dope and you really want to be abreast of what's going on. All right. We're the fuck up out of here. It's 4:29 a.m.
Yes.
I have to go help a bunch of adults wipe their butts, i.e. interact with my coworkers.